And after some slight delays and me being in a weird liminal space where apparently I can go off stream, but it's fine. Welcome back, everybody, once again to Covens and Cauldrons, our little shenaniganery of a show set in the Fey realm here on the Casters and Castles channel. Hey, everybody, I am PiraTechnics. Thank you all for being patient as we try to resolve our tech issues. A couple of weeks away, it turns out that if you leave your machine and your OBS not like dusted off, a bunch of boggles get into it and start gunking up the works. Go figure. But that is all resolved for the time being, and we have everything fixed. So thank you all for being patient, and welcome back. Welcome back to our lovely crew as well. I do want to go around the horn and introduce everybody, especially if you haven't been watching and want to know what's going on, or just it's been a little while. It's been a couple of weeks as we are getting ready to kick off our 10th episode. We will start with Mr. BoopasaurusRex Maximus.
Oh, Maximus. Thanks for that. That's a very friendly assumption. Oh, no, I was Leo later. But anyway.
Woo! Starting off spicy.
Anyway, so that happened a couple weeks ago. There's that happening. Am I introducing myself again? Or
yes,
am I
please
my
introduce
character?
yourself and your character.
Okay. My name is Boop. I'm playing Hauld Thir, and basically I'm going on a post-pubescent journey of self-discovery. Think traveling or backpacking through Europe, but instead through the land of D&D. I feel like that's kind of the vibe I'm doing. And yeah, I'm learning things about the world. I have a mission from a god, and I'm learning how to make friends and maybe more.
That about sums it up. All right, let's go down the line for Ehloanna.
Hello, I am Ehloanna, aka Allison IRL, and then also Ninkasi in game. I am your Tempest cleric. I am also a water Genasi, and the way I started with this campaign is I was essentially the Vegas Elvis of the carnival. So now here I am fighting baddies and boggles
and friends.
And sometimes friends. Don't remind me of that.
Friendly fire is a real
sometimes risk. Friendly firing as well.
In tight corridors.
We don't talk about that. Actually, we talk about it a lot. But...
I mean, Ninkasi is very powerful. You know, I think all y'all probably should watch out. You know,
yes,
be careful.
Yes. Just don't make me angry, and I won't accidentally.
Or just don't be around fog.
Yes, dangerous fog. It wasn't mundane fog. It was danger fog. Okay,
very dangerous.
Danger fog.
Speaking of dangerous individuals, let's talk to SpaceGhost.
Yes, I was like, this better be me. If he says Khroen, I'm gonna be.
I would be offended for you.
Note to self: troll like... Kari next time.
I say it's definitely not me. There's no shot.
Yeah, don't you see the knife? Come on now. I'm projecting here. My name's Kari, also known as SpaceGhost. I'm a League of Legends color commentator. For hire, actually. I'm you could hire me sort of, even though my April's actually really busy. So you can't.
Call up Kari and get and like by around May time get somebody.
No. Do it through April, and then she'll bring.
Yeah, there you go. It's
you to us, and then we can go through the chain of command. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And in addition to bar mitzvahs, I also play a Harengan rogue named Curly in this campaign. Likes to stab stuff. So. We'll see how that one goes. Her cousin might, I don't know, have accidentally drowned, left him behind. What happened with that? Anyway, we'll go on. I'm sure I'll get that answer later.
Maybe. We'll have to see. All right, Khroen.
Hello, I am Khroen, playing once again Leo, who fights his battles with words and with poetry, and is less dangerous than Curly. Yep.
That's debatable, but
that's true. Actually, I've seen some shit.
This whole crew is definitely a little dangerous for sure.
Our name is Bloodbath
and Beyond.
Yeah. One fights with knives, the other fights with cutting words.
Yeah,
that is true.
Sticks and stones and all that.
Yeah. But somebody who fights with all of the above, of course, Mr. Kenobi of
untrue
of an Obi-Wan variety as well, and your character is a little bit more
May 5th. May 5th, Disney Plus. May 25th. Sorry,
We're not sponsored, but it'd be nice.
Not
Did-
sponsored,
Disney,
but
please.
anyways, watch
Someone
watch me.
sponsor us.
If we got a Disney Plus sponsorship, that would be
That'd be
nice.
crazy.
Big.
You guys,
But yeah,
I wouldn't be
I-
able to play. I work for the big end.
Oh.
Wait, that
True.
doesn't sound right. I'm sorry. Netflix. You guys, I don't want to leave it up to any sort of. I don't want any sort of
Well,
questions.
I'm
Anyway.
ready for the Netflix special of this show eventually. I don't know. That'd be great. Anyways, sorry, Kenobi. Go ahead.
Anyway, my character's a Goliath that throws Kari's character as an attack, so that's like the main move. It's like
Causes
The
just
chubby bunny.
catapult. He's the metaphorical catapult that throws this party's dreams into stuff.
Y'all are
Yep.
circus
Interesting.
siblings. Anything is possible. Also, this is what happens when we go away for a few weeks and like just every semblance of order breaks down. But
Yeah, but hey, quick question, Kenobi. What's Kaza wearing? Because we went through like troll, bear, like what are you naked?
he's
I have actually
wearing
kept
dragon
on.
scale now.
Yeah.
It's dragon
It's
scale, that's
and,
right.
and
Yeah.
bear and like did you swap completely out of the bear suit or is it like a
Yeah,
hybrid now?
there was nothing. Maybe he just kept like the head and just has like
The bear
that head.
guts.
the bear
I
head.
think
so
I think
cool.
for the purposes of armor, because you're a barbarian, like this isn't actually armor. It just looks really imposing.
No,
right?
yeah, it's just so that he's not walking around naked.
Okay.
That'd be a little bit
Aesthetic.
odd.
He's not doing the shirtless
It's
like Drax the
aesthetic.
Destroyer
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Okay.
We're not playing Wretch in Elden Ring, okay? We're like actually like
What are we doing?
Still pretty good.
Pretty sure it's D&D. But yeah, that's Bloodbath and Beyond, everyone. If you have no idea what any of this is and you are watching and very curious, you can catch all of the previous shenaniganery over on youtube.com/casters and castles. You can find the Covens and Cauldrons VODs all available there. Before we get into the show, there is one more thing I do want to shout out, and that is if you want to make this game even more chaotic, there is a way to do it. In fact, all you have to do is purchase an active god, either through the hitting a Twitch sub goal of every 10 will get us to that point, or you can do it directly at the Ko-fi shop, which is at ko-fi.com/casters and castles. You can also buy an active god for any of the other wonderful shows, and well, we'll have to see. There may or may not already be one ready for this particular session, but we will find out. In the meantime, shall we get in to our recap and get ready for what happens next? Because there was a bit of a cliffhanger a few weeks back. However, it all began with the party asleep in the hollow that was formerly the Brigand's Tollway. Hauld had a visit from his patron, the Lady Neva, who was wearing something a little bit unusual for her. A couple of things, in fact. A veil that covered only her eyes, a very odd fashion choice. And in addition, she carried a sort of evil-looking wand at her side. Hauld filled her in that Zybilna is currently missing. Prismeer had been taken over by this hag known as Bavlorna, and the land had been split into multiple parts. Neva instructed Hauld to ask Zybilna to get back in touch when she was found, because she needed some questions answered, and she needed some friends for the time being. In order to assist Hauld in being able to talk to her at will, she gave this wand a wave, and a heavy book dropped into his hands with a sunflower motif and embossed leather on the front. Before she departed, she also gave you a bit of a warning about adventurers in general, saying that they might not necessarily be trustworthy. You weren't the only one that had a dream, though. Leo, a bit of a flashback to the night he left home, we learned a little bit more about his family life. And while Leo was listening at the door to his mother and father, we learned that a lot is happening in the Otis Vale. A dragon has been attacking the lands around, refugees are streaming into the safe valley, and the surrounding warring kingdoms of Vercinget, Lyteri, and Galadron are all seeking allies from within the Vale, including Leo's family, which it turns out, some kind of nobility. Now, other things that are going on, the Duke of Otis Vale, the Duke Sovereign, his unnamed son had apparently gone missing as well, so his line of rule is threatened, and hence a lot of plots to if not overthrow him, at least undermine his authority, were abounding. And remembering all of those details, Leo woke up after what was a pretty wild night for all of you, having deposed the Harengun leader and taken over the hollow stump that had been their hideout. And some of you got some fans from the remaining stragglers, Curly in particular. There was a small Harengun girl named Adra who really admired your knife-throwing technique, and you practiced a little bit by throwing a few at an apple on top of her head, managing not to do any particular damage to anyone, just slicing some fruit in two. And you rest of you made your plans to head on to Downfall, which did put Sir Talavar in a little bit of a apprehensive mood, as he was not particularly inclined to return to the place where he had previously been imprisoned. And after assuaging those concerns, to some extent, the plan that was hatched was thus. Leo and Hauld would disguise themselves as nobility from another part of Hither, presenting Sir Talavar as a hostage, and trying to get closer to the hag Bevlorna Blightstraw and taking her out. The satyrs that had helped you with the dragon were going to follow along, as they were still looking for their leader, Vansel. So everyone headed out in the skiffs towards this strange place you had only heard of, where a bunch of frog folk hold court. As you arrived, you were accosted by one of these individuals wearing sort of soiled, frilly silks that introduced himself as the Herald of the King, Sir Crockley Worthington. You announced yourselves as Sir Herbert and Sir Liam of Northern Hither, in addition to a number of other people who, you didn't name all of the help. I think Curly was hiding out in the bag. And while you were attempting to gain access to Bevlorna directly, Hauld just went full Karen on this poor guy. And it took a lot of back and forth, a lot of croaking, before you would consent to be led to the court and introduced to the king, Gullop the 19th. A very large and somewhat flabby individual seated on a stump reading a book with a tiny pet alligator greeted you all, and a somewhat tense exchange followed, with the group eventually agreeing to hand over Sir Talavar in exchange for an audience with Bevlorna at a later date, and you were then shown to your quarters while a feast was prepared in your honor. And during the discussions about what you were going to do next, Hauld and Leo shared a moment. It seemed like it was going to be a kiss, but apparently not. So that happened, or almost happened. And after all of that, a note was slipped under the door in the general clamor of the moment. And able to decipher it in Sylvan, you found out that the wording was, "Find Illig, Baron of Muckstump, at once. The revolution lives." So with that information in hand, Curly went on a reconnaissance. You had an invisibility spell cast upon you, and you found where they were holding Sir Talavar, along with a apparent accomplice of his, a bullywug knight named Morgort, both in cages. Now, with that information, you returned, decided to strike out as a full group, and discovered the kitchen, where a large cauldron was steaming and bubbling with a few bullywugs scattered around. You threw your weight around, and your name recognition intimidated the cooks, and the head chef left to go get someone to taste the concoction that was a brewing. And when the chef returned with the food taster, you saw that they were a very lean and tall, almost like a green tree frog-esque bullywug with a teal vest named Bloth. Although I got a bit ahead of myself, because while they were gone, you did attempt to break into the cauldron itself. It seemed like it was very difficult to open. And when you attempted to rip the lid off of it, it grew legs and walked away, allowing the somewhat rude fire demon down below to
I liked him.
inquire about a particular deal. If you wanted to open the cauldron, he would exchange the password for doing so for some wood to eat and devour, if you will. But realizing that it might bring Bavlorna around to actually get the cauldron started again, which is what you wanted in the first place, you denied it, and he blew a bunch of hot coal in your face and dove back down, prompting Kaza to punch the fire. At which point he discovered what some of you, recognized as a unicorn horn. And that was when the chef returned with the food taster. And you all inquired about the revolution. And the vibe got real weird real fast. Bloth attempted to hand a note off to you, but he fumbled it in full view of the chef. And he took off running. And that is where we will pick up, because Bloth takes off, and the chef is just like looking between you and him as he dives into the water and starts swimming, and he bends down to pick up the note. What'll you all do?
This is hard.
Yeah.
I throw a knife at the note.
Like,
right. How
All
private?
right.
So, like,
Okay.
we're like exposed to everybody right now, right?
there is right now. It is just you, the chef,
Uh-huh.
and Bloth, who's just legged it back
And a
towards the
knife.
swamp. To give you guys an idea of the space you're in.
Leaning towards the note.
Yeah. We'll resolve that in a sec. But yeah, you're sort of on like the edge, like on a bank on the water. It's very like misty, foggy around. So as far as you can tell, there aren't a whole lot of other people in sight. But this cauldron just sitting there steaming and bubbling, and Bloth has just jumped into the water. Curly, go ahead and roll for... you don't need to roll for the attack. This is close enough. You can just... I would like you to make an intimidation check, though.
Okay. I got you. And by you, I mean myself.
Please.
I've got myself. All right. For those just joining us, my dice rolling is specifically for dramatic effect, so we have to wait a specific amount of time here. It has nothing to do with my CPU melting right now.
Definitely not.
All right.
You throw the
Somebody
knife.
is all right.
You throw the
Alright.
knife at the note, impaling it as he reaches for it, and the Bullywug chef rips it off and unfolds the paper and looks at you,
Okay,
staring
Kaza's
daggers himself.
Kaza's gonna just... Can I just like with two hands just like fucking just on the head, just like make sure he can't like say anything? Just grab him like a...
Everybody roll initiative.
Oh my
fuck.
goodness.
Okay.
Oh my
okay.
goodness.
Hey,
Can we
some
get some Final
Bloodbath and
Fantasy battle
Beyond
music,
shows
please?
violence?
What? What if this guy was on our side?
doesn't-
What's... It wasn't... I wasn't trying to hurt. I just wanted the note. That's all.
Note got
I wasn't trying to
hurt?
kill anybody.
All right.
All right, we got a
Can you put the note in the book?
we got
the
a,
notebook?
an 8 from Kaza.
Gotta do the cooking by the book.
Got to do the cookie by the book.
My goodness, spitting bars and we've just begun.
Look it down, yo!
Curly is very fast. We got Ninkasi on a 10, and
Oh, I'm just now rolling. I'm sorry.
no worries.
I got an 8.
Okay, wow, some low rolls. Between Kaza and Hauld, who wants to go first?
Hauld can...
Well,
Final
you're the one who initiated the action, so I think.
Okay, I'll go then.
Yeah.
Kaza will go.
The good news for y'all is Mr. Chef is not very fast to act. So, we are just straight up going to get into it with some with some battle music, because I wasn't quite expecting this, but we've got it.
Of course.
So, you are all facing down this chef as he pulls out a butcher knife. Looks a little worried,
fuck.
though. He is not fast enough to act. Curly, you are up first. You are standing about
Oh,
20
no.
feet away from him, and it's kind of like the 5 of you staring down at this guy.
Does it actually look sharp? Does he sharpen his knives, or is he like a pleb and doesn't actually do that?
Give me
Fine.
a perception check if you'd like, but on your turn.
Okay, I will do it on my turn.
Yeah, Curly, you're up. Ninkasi, you will be
Okay.
next, though.
I'm gonna rapier something. Hold on one second. Wait, how far away are they? Do I need to
You're about
use
20.
a...
You're about 20 feet from this guy.
Okay.
Across the
I'm
cauldron,
gonna-
I might add though. You would have to step around
You mean jump over it because I'm a rabbit?
if you want.
Yeah, duh.
Like if you
Yeah.
must.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's
Come
what
on,
I want a death from above. You know what that is?
Yeah, you want to pull an
Dragoon?
Ezio. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
knew.
if you want to do this in one go, I believe you have a long jump or a high jump. What's a high jump for a herring gun?
Hold on 1 second. It's literally an
420.
action.
Yeah.
Rabbit
If-
hop, 10 feet in the air.
If you want to attempt to take a running leap, use your rabbit hop to get up in the air and position yourself to like dive bomb him. It's 2 actions, so it's gonna take you till your next turn, but you can do it.
Okay, I want to do it. Also, this doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity.
No, you would never get into his space anyways. You're like leaping up way above him and looking to crash land down. Like you're doing an Assassin's Creed on this guy.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Except he sees you coming, but still.
Well, I'm also yelling really loud.
Yeah, why not? You know, who needs to be sneaky? Definitely not rogues, that's for sure.
We're
Okay,
in
No.
a public space.
So y'all are gathered around and just like this guy pulls out a butcher knife and looks around at all of you, and suddenly Curly just like lets out a battle cry, jumps up, parkour leaps up above the cauldron and like goes way up into the air. Ninkasi, it's your turn. If you want to make that perception check, you can.
She's just like suspended in the
I
air.
do.
Suspended in animation. It's Assassin's Creed Unity. The game doesn't work. It's frozen.
17.
Yeah, we're getting bugs.
17. It looks reasonably sharp, but what you notice beyond the knives, like the actual knives, like there are a couple like cracks in it and stuff too. It's not like the highest quality, a little bit of rust around the edge. But what
you got that
what you-
Amazon knife.
Oh
got
yeah,
it.
no, it's not very quality, and it's being stored outdoors. It's just horrible.
Oh
He's
man,
got
he's like leaving it wet, so it's
big-
getting all
Big
shitty.
beads
Got
of
it.
sweat
No.
trailing down the side of him. He looks very nervous.
Okay. I would like to guiding bolt him.
Okay.
Everybody take cover.
No, it's only
Yeah,
attacking
true,
him.
true.
All right.
18? Yeah.
So it's 18.
Yeah.
Why
yeah.
Why are we not just talking to this dude?
Roll.
They're like, all right, we're fighting.
That hits roll damage.
It's too late. There's shoot. Yeah.
It's too
No,
late. I'm
you
in
just-
the
you
air.
Let's
just-
die.
yeah.
Well, okay. Well, we should put him in the pot when we're
18
done.
Radiant
18
damage.
radiant damage.
What the
shit.
fuck?
Is he dead?
Is
Yeah.
he dead before I
Did I
land
just
on
blow him up
Ninkasi,
with holy light?
Ninkasi,
him? She has the power of
please
love and anime
describe
on
to
her
me
side.
how you vaporize the
shit.
chef.
So like,
He's
You know
not
when
a
you
strong
put-
unit.
you know when you put a peep in the microwave and you let it blow up? Like, think of it like that. Like, he just explodes from radiant damage. Like, that's
This
what
poor
I imagine.
guy.
Like,
got
the
a
power of Liban just flowed through my finger at this poor frog and fucking blew him up like a peep in the microwave. He's just
Hell yeah.
exploded.
He looks very nervous, and then he doesn't exist in the next second. Curly,
Call that
you
the
get a little bit like frog on you as you land
Oh,
down
no.
where he was
Yeah.
standing.
Yeah.
Bloodbath and Beyond
Yeah.
off to a wonderful start.
Yes.
And Bloth has.
Oh, also to
scampered.
clarify, if you don't know what a peep is like a little marshmallow that's in the shape of a little, like a little
Bird.
chicken, baby chicken.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just a marshmallow. So when you put it in the microwave for a while, it like expands and then blows up. So
Easter candy
that
for Jesus.
that's yeah, that's
Easter
what
candy for
happens.
Jesus.
They come in little packets.
Yes.
It's usually like really. They have like sugar on the edges of them. They're kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
horrible, but yeah, they are really fun to microwave.
I guarantee there's a YouTube video of it. I hate peeps as a candy, but I like blowing them up in the microwave.
It's
Yeah.
Easter's candy corn, basically.
Yes, that's a good.
Oh,
That's
good.
More or less, yeah.
I like that.
Wow.
Except
Fucking
some
on
people actually
point.
like peeps.
Oh my goodness.
yeah, they're weird. I don't.
I like
understand.
candy corn.
I
Yeah.
do too. I'm a fan. I hate peeps. I like
Why
candy
did
Khroen
corn.
and I bonded
Candy
over
corn's
that.
It's like,
also
oh, no.
awful.
Anyway,
Y'all
we've got
have
a
bad taste.
controversial-
I'm sorry.
Oh,
got a
what is
very
candy corn?
controversial,
Oh no, dude.
Okay.
Okay.
So we literally disintegrated a dude because he took
Oh,
out a
that was
knife.
the chef too.
I
Yeah,
deleted
so
the
the chef-
evidence.
Okay, so let's recap what just happened real quick, just for me, from my point of view.
From my
Someone,
point of view.
a chef who they use knives for their profession, took it out, and then you blew him up. Is that kind of how this went?
yeah, Curly, you land right
At
back
least
on the
we
spot.
saved the note, guys. At
Uh,
least we saved the note. So
Oh wait, yeah, did we? Because
let's get the note.
He's,
I didn't
Is
blow
there-
up the note. I just blew up the frog.
The frog was
is-
holding the note.
Also,
No, yeah,
so when you say blew up the chef, like, is there any like remains? Like, is there evidence here of
Is this
what
a
just
Jackson Pollock
transpired? Is
type
there like
deal, or,
blood
like, what? What are we-
everywhere? Or
There
Am I
are
gonna need to,
there
like,
are
shape water?
bits, there are like bits of Toad, but it's like it's mostly just like it's like that outline, you know, like when somebody just gets like
So it's
in
not
like a
Jackson
movie when
Pollock.
somebody no, it's not Jackson Pollock, but there is
Okay.
like the outline on the ground of like
Look,
at
my,
least
my
what
trigger finger was
yeah,
itching.
like
I
there's
had to kill
there's a little
something.
bit of like ash around the side. Like you could clean it up, but it's
Hey,
It definitely
Pyrrha,
looks like
did
a
he have a
murder scene right
family?
you don't know.
Of course he had a family.
Can you explain the size of his 6 beautiful children's eyes? As they
Probably
come in?
pretty
Look, you
small
know,
compared to
big were
five.
they?
If
How
you,
big were their eyes?
If you find out whether or not this particular individual had a family, and then you find said family, then perhaps you'll know. But for right now,
That's
I
a
don't
great
feel bad
origin
for him.
story for another.
I
adventure.
was
Holy
I was
shit.
attacking in self-defense.
He took out a knife and he's a chef.
He knows how to use it, okay?
Ninkasi's like
I'm
that
not
audio
threatened.
that's like, should I feel bad? I don't.
Okay.
I
Well, is there anything that can be considered evidence around here?
I blew up
yes,
the evidence.
the powder burns surrounding where this individual once stood.
Okay.
And,
Can we,
I
is there a
actually-
broom? Can we sweep
Is
it?
the
To
pot
make it
nearby?
worse, when I land,
Cussy, that's what's
right,
cool.
I
too.
slide a little bit, so I like slide his remains across the,
Jesus Christ.
just to add insult to injury.
Yeah,
did he
there's
have
not a
any
lot.
wood
I
on
like good
him?
pieces.
Was there? Oh, there might be wood here if he was cooking.
There's still the wooden
what
spoon.
is-
What
Oh,
if we
okay,
just
I'll
light
take
the
the
entire
spoon.
place on fire?
so
What if
I
we
love
just
that's
burn
the
the
next
evidence?
logical step. Just burn the whole place
Just a
down.
Rube
Oh no,
Goldberg
the
of
chef!
fuckery.
Oh no, the chef got something wrong with the fire. We couldn't put it out. Whoops. You'll never
Okay,
know what happened in
how
here.
much-
Kitchens are
how
very
much-
dangerous.
How much
Someone
noise
call
did we
OSHA.
just make?
So you look around you, and the fog is still pretty thick. And despite the fact that there's the spell guiding bolt makes like like a bit of like a, but it's not
Uh-huh.
it's not like a boom. It's not like Curly made more noise with the battle cry.
Okay. Okay.
So like it's been a good you standing there. It's been like a good minute. And nothing has happened. The croaking of
Yeah.
the insects are and like distant sounds of what are probably the other bullywugs are echoing as though nothing has happened.
All right.
Yeah,
Are his
like-
clothes still around?
It's
Nah,
not like
everything's-
I did a
everything's gone.
thunder
You
wave.
can look
also.
around though.
It's
Okay,
just
well,
like the power of Christ
Just in
compelled him.
case someone walks in here, just in case, I am going to use disguise self and disguise myself as the chef, like 100%.
Yeah. So you have poofed yourself into the chef.
Yep.
Anyone who is, I think some of you said you wanted to like kind of look around and see if there's anything in terms of like evidence as well as like what else is around. Anyone who wants to can do an investigation check.
Was he like cooking something that I could like spill all over where I blew him up?
Well, the cauldron Kaza had picked up and brought it right back to the to where the coals were, and then they like relit themselves as soon as the cauldron was placed.
Oh,
But there
right.
is a lid
okay.
atop the cauldron with a couple of
Okay.
steam holes.
Can I take the lid off with like an oven mitt so I don't burn? Actually, I have a what the fuck is it called? Oh wait, I don't have.
Use
Oh, that's a different character.
prestidigitation.
Never mind.
We'll go
That's a
back to
different
the
character
tunes.
that has. I have the hand on. Can I get in the oven mitt and take the lid off and spill it?
Look around and see if there's an
Everywhere?
oven mitt. You can roll investigation for me.
could Leo see where the person who ran went to?
Yeah, you can.
Where they ran off to?
I think in the since you didn't actually get to take an action, I think you would have been able to like see him go. He jumped into the water and started swimming towards like the center of the swamp, basically, like deeper in, if you will.
It was the center where like the big like meeting area or like party
Yeah, so
area was.
You
or-
all, as far as you understand, since
Oh,
you
it doesn't
haven't, I'll
matter.
actually, I'm gonna go to like the map for all of this just to try and
Right,
get a better
right.
idea of it. Downfall is basically like a big like circular set of like island sort of spaces that are connected by bridges with in the center, a very large cottage with a bunch of like clothing lines and stuff coming from them. You can't actually make out the cottage from where you're at because of the fog bank is so thick. But what you can see is that to your right, the watchtower that you had passed on your way in here is obscured, which means fair bet that nobody would have seen what just happened even from there. And that to your right, there is a large tree to which the one of the clothing lines is rung. And behind you are a number of huts, like off in the distance. Ninkasi, on your investigation check, you do find a pair of oven mitts that are tossed off to the side, looking a little ratty and tattered, but functional.
Oh, I have an idea, if I may.
Go ahead.
Before you get going, because I think
Yes.
we could. I might be splitting us. I'm sorry.
If you have a better idea than me spilling
Okay.
soup all over,
Why don't you just use prestidigitation?
I don't have it.
What happened to it?
I don't have it. No, I
Oh,
was going to
someone
use
had it
Mage Hand,
before.
but my other
Okay.
character has that, not this one. I got confused.
Anyway, okay. I call Curly over. Hey, Curly, come here.
Muted.
Curly, hello. Your
The-
voice
the
has been
other
stolen.
What?
Your voice has been
What do you-
stolen. No man is worth that. I'm sorry.
Preach.
We're gonna do the old trick. All right. I'm gonna make you invisible.
Right.
And you see those lines towards the middle there?
Yeah.
Why don't you climb those? You go there.
But why?
Why not?
I don't. Fine.
There you go.
Fine.
Exactly. There you go. And I cast invisibility on Curly.
You turn back into yourself when you do that, by the way.
Oh no.
Yeah, a spellcast breaks up.
Okay, I'll do it anyway because this is funny.
Yeah.
For
Okay,
fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cast invisibility on.
Okay. Curly's invisible once again.
Wait, does it break it? Disguise self isn't concentration. Right?
No, but I believe if you cast a spell while disguised, it drops the spell.
Oh.
I need to double check that actually, but I play a rogue that does arcane trickster shenanigans, so I'll double check it really quick. But I think that's the case.
I see.
Can
I see.
Kaza go and grab the note? What's left of it?
If you want to look to
Half?
see if there's any pieces left of the note, I mean, within sort of the ash and stuff that's all around there, you can look. Yeah. Please go ahead and roll me investigation.
I think Leo would help out looking.
With inspo.
This
Also,
one.
by the way, I hadn't mentioned, but thanks to chat, both Ninkasi and Kaza have inspiration.
Awesome.
So feel free to use that whenever you'd like, but keep in mind you can land one at a time. So
Got
So-
it.
7.
7, do you want to use it?
No. Sure.
Okay.
I shouldn't have. Jesus.
All right. Well, the good news is there wasn't a whole lot to find. You do find like charred bits of paper, but you can't actually see anything.
Okay.
And it occurs to you that despite the fact that you couldn't get that this clearly whatever this note was is destroyed, whatever evidence there may have been is also destroyed. To implicate yourselves.
All right, cool. Well, knowing that, I don't need to be disguised.
Yeah.
Can we pretend I never casted that spell?
We still murdered someone.
Ninkasi, this was very good
It's like
trick.
Schrodinger's
Also,
murder.
it doesn't
There is
actually,
nothing left.
actually drop. The disguise self doesn't drop. It's invisibility that drops when you do so. So that's my
There
bad.
is nothing left. He
Um,
is completely gone. It's like he's not even exist.
I'm gonna say, Hauld, because you didn't know, the spell does get cast, but you don't lose it by casting.
Okay, so I'm
invisibility.
still disguised.
You are still disguised. I was wrong.
Okay,
about that.
and Curly's still invisible.
Yes, correct.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah, I performed a disappearing act, so it's my first time doing that in a while. A little bit rusty at that, but now I think it might be a good idea to cover what's remaining of the evidence.
Yeah, what happens when they try to look for their cook and the cook is nowhere?
I'm the cook.
Not
Well-
my couch, not my problem. That's what I always say.
Well, the pot wants wood. I got wood for it.
Curly
Let's
starts
put some wood in
writing her name in the ash.
it. Okay. I'm gonna walk over and tap the pot with the wooden spoon. Tip, tip, tip.
Step tap. It burbles and bubbles a little bit, but otherwise nothing
Oh.
happens.
Okay, I start
Can
hitting it
I?
harder.
You will.
Can
will.
I grab the mitten?
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
want to try to open it? Yeah.
Yeah. I want to try and open it. Well,
Yeah.
tapping it. I'm
You,
gonna be like, "Wah."
you put the mitts on and you try to lift through the handholds that are also kind of like the steam vents, and you try to lift and it's like a magnet. Like it starts to give and then it sucks back down again. Very, very strong. I will remind you, and you would know this since it happened in universe 10 minutes ago. After the thing wandered off and the little fire demon started talking to you, he said something about a password to open it.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's been a while.
That's right. Okay. Password.
No change.
Good
Okay.
try. Good try.
Okay.
Good try though. It's always the first guess.
You got to. You never know.
Open sesame.
Okay, so we need a plan. There is a dinner that has yet to be cooked. Right? That needs to be cooked.
It's partially cooked. Looks like. Smells like.
Curly starts putting the ash like a football player, like under her eye.
You're invisible.
dead
No
frog
one can see
ash?
this.
She's doing it. Nobody needs to see it. It's just important for me to know. She's just.
Anything you are carrying is also invisible, and it doesn't say that that stops being the case just because you pick something up. So when you do the war paint, it's only to you. Only you can see it.
Damn it!
So
I'm gonna wipe this off my face now.
Also, what do you guys think the note was about?
Something
Seizing the means of
revolution
production.
related, right? We got that note before. This person seemed sympathetic to the cause.
Well, why do you think they need a revolution? The king was annoying, but not kick off the throne.
Do we know that
Well,
Leo's
not that we know.
nobility now, or no?
Sorry?
Do we know that Leo is nobility now, or no?
No, I don't believe
none
we do.
of you know that was something that Leo had in a dream.
Yeah.
Well, they kill off the king every however long. They literally murder him, and then a new one pops back up.
Oh,
That's
really?
how they do things around here. Yeah.
Is that like
Oh.
reincarnation?
I forget how we learned that last time.
Have any of you seen
Yeah, well,
Doctor Who? Is it like that?
you questioned Bloth before he tried
That's
to hand
right,
you the
that's right,
note,
that's right.
and he sort of, because you started talking about a revolution and very quickly, he was like, well, yeah, I've lived through 3 coups and I keep my head down.
Right.
And then you
Wait,
kept asking
so
him
you're
about if he was
saying-
sympathetic to this, how loyal he was to this particular king. Things
Okay.
got a little weird and nervous, and that's when he tried to palm the note to you, but he
Ooh.
nat one it.
So you're saying that if I murder this king, I can become king?
Yes.
You're not a frog, though.
I mean, I could look
A
like
bullywug.
one.
You could.
You do.
But for how
kinda
long?
Like the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
I mean, have you guys seen the Lizzie McGuire movie?
Just put a wig
Kind of
on.
a long time. All right.
I haven't seen that play, no.
Well, okay, and also, I think we have a couple tasks at hand, friends. We gotta come up with a reason for the chef being missing, right?
Yeah.
Curly's invisible and can do whatever the fuck Curly wants, right?
Sounds like Curly, yeah.
Coating her
Literal
ears
free
in
reign.
the ash.
Right? But at the same time, I can't be
You're
the
just gonna
chef.
be all ash.
I can't be the chef because I have to be Liam or Herbert.
Oh, yeah, who was...
You're Herbert, he's Liam.
What
'cause
are
they
our
were close
names?
enough.
Okay.
But
Okay.
while you are
Alright.
trying to figure that out, something interesting happens because I do
course
believe
it
we
does.
did
Boggles?
have an act of God.
Oh,
Ready
shit.
for Boggles?
Chat.
Happy Boggles Day!
It is actually not Boggles.
Oh,
Yo!
yeah, let's go.
Hashtag
Not Boggles.
Oh, it's my sisters.
Yeah.
Annoying.
You all have experienced
Not
something
Boggles,
like
it's
this
pixies.
before. And out
pixies.
of the sky, through the fog, you kind of hear like a humming, almost like insect wings, and it kind of grows a little bit, and you can hear multiple flapping of wings, and out of the sky, just out of the fog, emerge about half a dozen of these little speck small individuals that are flying directly towards you, and they are wearing unlike the pixies you've encountered before that have just popped up out of nowhere, they are not dressed in the more casual foresty fae stuff. They're wearing full on camo fatigues, and goggles, and they are jetting for you. And it's like Flight of the Valkyries like style as they're heading towards you. So they arrive and or they zoom towards you and like stop up short right in front of you, and one of them that looks to be a little bit, maybe like these are like less than a foot tall. One of them looks to be a little unusually large, proportionally so. Takes off the helmet and the goggles and has like a cross-cut scar on her cheek and just like sunken eyes, like she's seen some shit. And she just looks at you all up and down, turns back to the rest of her companions and goes, "It's them?"
Oh no.
If you nod.
The pixie police have found us.
Oh god.
And
APAB.
she goes, "All right, there's a few ways this can go down. I've heard you're responsible for at least a dozen deaths in the last couple days alone."
No.
I've never heard such a thing.
Mm-mm. We've been
Right.
traveling. for the
I'm putting on
past
an accent, so
week.
they don't know it's me.
Actually, you don't look like one of them. So they're kind of ignoring you as they look to the rest. And they don't see Curly either. They only actually see Ninkasi, Leo, and Kaza. Look around and go, "So, how do you want this to go down? You can come with us?"
I start reloading my guiding bolt finger like it's a gun. I'm just like, shh, shh.
You have both of your parents. Where is this
How
coming
long?
from? Where is your trauma?
So y'all just want to start. I mean, if you want to do something,
I'm not gonna start.
Okay,
but
give me an intimidation
My finger is loaded. You know?
give me an intimidation check as you reload your
I'm not
finger.
very intimidating. Oh, I got a natural 20!
Yeah, you do this affectation, which it feels dirty to try and do it on camera. And a little bit of like sparks crackle at the end of your finger, and a few of the other pixies kind of like involuntarily like zoom back a little bit. And the one in the front kind of like eye twitches a little bit, and she goes, "All right." Tries to size the rest of you up. Maybe we can talk about things.
Yes, let's. I do like a good chat.
Looks back, looks at Toad Hauld and back to all of you. We don't.
I am-
Like you're
I-
retching.
Kaza is just servant. He cannot speak.
It's not your name.
Oh,
We don't want any further bloodshed here. But I can't go back empty-handed. I'm gonna need something.
What about this
checking
pot?
my inventory.
You can take this pot.
Yeah, you can join us for
Yeah,
dinner. They're
giant
throwing a
pot.
whole party for us. You're welcome to join.
You and I both know that's not yours to give, but something
What?
that is.
Whoa,
Perhaps.
you and I? Have you guys like?
Are you still? Wait, are you talking as the?
The frog. I mean, sorry.
Just want to make sure I'm getting through in character. He's the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude.
Yeah.
So this
I just did this.
this bigger fairy kind of like. You seem to be the one who speaks for folks, and looking at Leo.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
How many pixies are there, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
There's half a dozen, including this larger one.
Okay.
And looks at Leo, and she goes, "How about a joyful memory? We can maybe send that to their families. Call it even."
To whose families exactly?
the ones you turned into glitter.
Ooh, joyful memory. Joyful memory. Like what kind? What did you have in mind?
Something that made you really happy. It'll certainly make them.
This sounds... who are you working for?
If you really have... Actually, you know what? Give me a persuasion check. Give me a persuasion check. I want to see this. I want to see it.
Can I intimidate them with my finger gun?
You already did. That's the reason they're not fighting you right now.
So, but real quick, as like they're not paying attention to me. Do I see any like loose weapons or anything that's like easy to take on their bodies?
In your experience, the pixies have mostly fought by like just tossing little like annoying bolts of like arcane electricity from their hands, or like scratched and bit. You don't see any weapons on any of them.
Okay.
18 on the persuasion. It's not bad. That's not bad. So sorry, you were asking, who she's working for? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and check something really quick because this is very important. Yeah. I have to open up something that I was not expecting, but that's okay because sometimes we have extra stuff to keep in mind. Yeah. So she kind of like just cocks her head a little bit and then spits, and the spit turns into like a rainbow that just onto the ground and then like fades out and disappears. She goes, not that you'd know, but we are agents of the Lady Rowan. She doesn't like when her people get bashed around. I'm doing you all a favor, offering any sort of a deal already.
Say Lady Rowan?
Yeah.
Have we heard of them before?
None of you would have heard of Lady Rowan. I'm just gonna flat out say that right now.
Okay. Lady Rowan. Are people who are her people then? The ones who go and plunder and pillage and kill others? Or the ones here? Which ones exactly?
I don't know what you're insinuating. I don't like it.
We're only dealing out justice to those who deserve it. We're not here on some evil business or something like that. No. We would never.
Look, I don't know what kind of game you all think you're playing. All I know is that I have a dozen of my people turned to dust in the last couple of days after exploring Prismere, and you're the only new thing here. So, it may be circumstantial, but I know how to put two together.
Oh, I see. The ones who attacked us. It was self-defense. We didn't even know we were going to be here. And then we walk along, and then... I mean... what would you expect? Are we just going to sit there and just take it?
Self-defense is a very viable reason to not just take it.
But
Give me another
I
persuasion
understand.
check, Leo.
Okay.
And yes, Ninkasi is helping. This is at advantage.
All right.
You have some logic, and you are a little scary right now with the crackling finger of doom.
21.
21. She goes, look, some of the ones we send out ahead are a little mischievous, but they weren't going to kill you.
Well, how are we supposed to know that? Half the things here do. I don't think you can fault us for that, really.
She puts two
Your
fingers
Lady
towards her temples
Rowan.
and just goes, mortals.
I mean,
Look,
we do apologize, and we can know for the future, but I'm sure you understand our wariness about things that come at us with malicious intent. We can let bygones be bygones. Start over, start anew.
she gives you a very hard look, and to the other two of you, and back to her compatriots. Look, we need something. I can say I didn't see you, and I can say that you all struck a deal to at least give something back. But if you don't, we'll be back with a lot more. And I don't think anybody wants that.
No, certainly not. Again, we didn't want any trouble. I'll tell you what, you want something? A memory? Pleasant one, you said?
Yeah. It's got to be good.
How many memories do you want?
Just one. Quality over quantity.
Oh. I can't hear Pira.
Oh, she says quality over quantity. Am I still muted?
I can hear
I can
you.
hear him. I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Okay.
Oh,
it's-
is my thing breaking?
Uh-oh.
Eric keeps popping
I
in and
can
out
hear
for me.
Khroen.
You might have to
I'll
reset
refresh.
yeah.
Hit that F5. Oh, the tension hangs in the moment. It's like when you have a cutscene and then your PC crashes.
No, not like this.
Not like this.
Okay, hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you
Hello.
hear him now?
Yeah, I can.
Yay. Yeah, she says,
Technology.
just one. Just one's gonna be enough.
Oh, boy. All right. And how are you going to take that? The memory?
As long as you freely offer it, we'll take care of the rest.
Leo nods and starts kind of going through his memory bank on.
Yeah, what's a happy memory that
Pleasant
Leo is okay
memories.
giving up?
You better not give up our almost kiss.
Oh my god, that would be
That
so
is-
troll. Is it happy because it was like it's a promise of something in the future, but it was an almost
You shouldn't have
kiss?
put that in his mind.
That's actually
don't,
way
don't, don't
too
think of
good
anything.
of
Don't think of
Unfortunately,
anything.
I
Stay
think
Puft
story-wise,
Marshmallow
that
Man just
might-
appears.
That might actually be thematically potentially the best answer.
Yeah, I mean, I have to do it now. So Leo
Yeah.
will think back on that
I have to
moment.
react in frog.
Yeah, Leo will think back in the moment and just like kind of like go through. Doesn't want to give up like all of these memories, but just like goes through the process himself of thinking of like the first time he kind of met Hauld on the way to the carnival and thinking like, oh, this person's like, this person's pretty cool, like a little out there, but you know what? So is he. Like we're going for the same like goal and kind of establishing a little bit of a bond and friendship. And then through his travels, it's like, you know what? Well, it's like, dependable. I'm starting to like trust Hauld more and more. And then there's gets to the point where, maybe Leo sees the way that Hauld looks at him sometimes, and Leo sometimes maybe looks back in a similar way, and it kind of gets him feeling nice. He hasn't really experienced much more than just fleeting, attraction from afar, but nothing that he's really shared in intimate moments with. And thinks back on that almost kiss. Was Hauld serious? Was he really? I don't know, but the thought kind of makes Leo smile,
No.
as maybe there was something more to that. Maybe there will be something more to it.
All right. As you're thinking about that, and the smile crosses your lips, this pixie enforcer turns and looks at and gives a curt nod at one of their compatriots, and they pull out a little conch shell, blow into it, and then all of a sudden, a sort of strand of golden light comes out, snakes its way through the air, and starts circling around your head, and you feel that memory of the look and the almost kiss fade and pull out as the rest of you can see almost like a small like film reel kind of floating around, and it's kind of like it's Leo's vision of it, first person, and you kind of see like Hauld kind of anime eyes a little bit, and it whisks away into the conch shell. And this this enforcer kind of looks at the rest of you, gives a kind of a weird like look to Hauld in toad form, or frog form rather. He goes, "All right, I think we can call all accounts even from here. I don't want to hear or see any of you ever again, to be honest. But if it ever has to be, if you ever speak to my lady, you can tell her that Elvenia dealt justice. Let's go." And the rest of them put their goggles back on and just back up into the air
As they-
out of sight.
As they leave, Kaza's gonna flip him the double bird and say, "Take these as well." And
As you do that, a wind kind of blows past you. Some of the fog kind of like blows towards your face, and it smells kind of like fart.
Amazing.
I've
It
smelled
just like
worse.
comes to me like
This is nothing.
I'm just sitting there, like staring into space, like trying to consume what I just saw. And you know what's super frustrating about it is Leo has no idea what I'm
Yeah,
concerned
Leo, you have all your memories of Hauld up until about an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
You do
Because,
not
like,
remember the like look and the
Yeah.
oh, we'll kiss after this is all done. You don't remember.
Yeah. So now that I know that like he doesn't have memory of that, this can okay. That's so fucked up. Why did I say that out loud? Okay. I'm like really struggling with this. So I'll have to mentally
have you
deal with this
done?
later. For sure.
Just push it to the back of the mind.
Yeah,
sure,
I'm
you know,
going to just deal with it.
Repression is okay.
It's effective, right? That's what I've heard.
yeah, you know.
An 18-year-old half elf definitely has a mind. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Curly, what are you doing? You're invisible.
What are we doing about
Curly's
Curly,
muted.
man?
Curly's still muted.
Curly, you're muted.
Still muted.
Curly.
You're muted still.
Guys.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there we go. We're back.
Curly just goes, "Nothing," and seems like very startled, and is also just completely covered in black ash.
That none of
So-
us
Wait,
can
did
see.
you drop into
We
No,
don't
no,
need
no,
that
sorry.
though. You're
Huh?
invisible.
Just rolling around in the
Yeah.
You
dead
have
frog
the ability
ash.
to drop it on yourself if you want.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
This
This
it's
is
just
true freedom.
it is very Curly to be just like painting themselves with the blood and ash of the enemy.
Yeah. Look,
Just having a
Kaza and
grand
Curly
time. I just
really
wanted
are
to
related.
change. What?
I mean,
Oh yeah. No, we absolutely came from the same womb. Are you kidding? There's no
It's
way
the,
we're not twins. Look at us.
it's the
Yeah.
like big handshake meme, and it's like covering, it's one side is Kaza, the other is Curly. It's like covering yourself with the remains of your dead enemies.
handshake
Ah.
emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone please
Oh.
make that. I'm too lazy to do it, but
Yeah, for those just tuning in, the size difference between these is Curly is like 2 feet tall and Kaza is like 12 feet tall, right?
Pretty
You're a
much.
little
one's
bit
one's a
taller.
Goliath and the other
8
is
foot.
a
It's a Haringen.
is a
A
Haringen
small
as well.
8 foot,
So,
9 foot.
yeah, circus siblings.
Okay, I have an idea. I think that a couple of us at least should leave because all of us in here is super sus. Like, if all of us are missing all at the same time, I don't feel like that's a good idea. So, I think that Herbert and Leon should leave. Curly can go do some scouting, and we can kind of do our whole, like, you guys are our servants thing, and just go to dinner and act surprised when the food doesn't get there.
Were we going to be summoned to dinner, or was there a set time? I don't remember.
I don't
It was
remember.
45
I don't-
minutes.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was 45 minutes from
Yeah,
when we
okay.
broke. They were like, "Be
Set
back
up.
here."
Oh,
Okay.
45.
They said they would come get
We need
you
an
at
excuse.
your quarters, specifically.
Okay. Oh, we gotta go back
Oh.
there, man.
Time to go. It's go time,
Yeah,
folks.
we gotta go. Yeah.
For the record,
So we
it's
just-
been about 20 minutes as far as y'all can tell. You're not really sure because things have been a little hectic here.
It's fine.
But so do you all start to head back the way you came?
So is the plan just we were never here? Is just that our story?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Playing dumb.
Yep.
We have no
All
idea
right.
who the frick any of these people are.
Yeah.
Oh,
Never
we
heard
can
of
do
them.
that.
We
very
were
well.
in the
We
bathroom.
are not going to get food, and it
then-
is going to be very disrespectful.
Got
Very
stuck in the
disrespectful.
Taco Bell drive-through.
Mm.
Okay, we just go back. Kid Leo, before we leave, press the digitation to like clean up the ash and
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Blood
you
and
can
stuff.
you can get rid of this and make it clean. And obviously, there
Yeah.
is a missing chef,
Just a
unless Hauld
missing
wants to hang
chef.
around. And of course, the individual that had just completely dipped after things got weird.
yeah, that's
Maybe he'll
okay.
come back.
He did say he was the official court taster.
Baby,
Mhm.
come back.
Oh, well, he's gonna taste nothing because we fucked up the soup. It won't
We
be
might have
good
saved his
soup.
life.
That's true. It's true. It's possible.
Maybe they're trying to poison us.
We,
Mm.
We've got to get to our rooms, though.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I
Wait,
guess we should go
Curly
do
needs
that first.
an excuse to be missing. Curly needs
What?
an excuse to be missing.
Bathroom.
I think it would be awesome if you could like do some more scouting while we were
Curly,
eating.
Curly didn't actually
Yeah.
ever be introduced. Like I think Curly was in the backpack the entire time.
Yeah.
So as far as
They don't know
as
he's-
they
far
don't
as
even
the
know
court
Curly's
is
here.
aware.
That's true.
Yeah, as far as the
Yep.
court is aware, there is Sir Liam,
Perfect.
Sir Herbert. There is their help, which includes Burbert, which was Kaza, and Ninkasi was never
And
introduced.
Ninkasi.
Oh wait,
Y'all
remember
just
from
straight
last
up
time?
ignored Ninkasi.
Remember from last time, Curly was invisible the whole time, and the plan was like that
Curly
Curly
was in
just
the
like goes
backpack and
and,
then, yeah.
scouts around, and then like Nkasi's gonna leave the bag open for before the invisibility runs out. She just
Mhm.
jumps
Oh,
back
that's
in the bag,
right.
right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Curly can kind of just do whatever. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great plan. Who came up with that?
Not me. I would choose to do nothing if I could.
Sam.
Well, I just got to know if Bavlorna's actually there in the middle. I don't believe them.
Like here? In the stump?
Like, I don't. Bavlorna's apparently supposed to be in that cabin in the middle, like attached to all the lines.
Oh, I'm gonna go find out if she is, okay?
You are invisible, so
Okay.
Go for it.
Fuck I want.
All right. So we'll go back to the rooms, get ready for a dinner that we know is not coming, and then
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck it.
Clean up the scene of the crime. Go back to the room.
Okay. So you split off. Keeping in mind the way you all came from originally was so you're on like this like southern point of the island or southern island that's sort of part of this ring around the court, almost opposite where the actual like court is held, where the feast is to be. You all had been staying in these little like shacks that were at the banks of another island, a little bit like on the southwest side, so a little bit to the west of you. But you did have to cross some water in order to do it. And to the right, you all don't really know what is there since you haven't explored that way.
I don't want to get into more shenanigans, so I think we should just go straight back. But that's just my opinion.
I agree. No more
Kaza's not the
shenanigans.
thinker of this group, so
So
Curly's
all of,
Many-
Did Sir,
Already on her way.
do we know
So-
where?
wait, so Curly
do
goes
we
the
know-
opposite
do
way?
we know where Sir Talavar is?
did Sir Talavar is?
Did Curly
Since
ever tell us that?
You did find out.
Let's just say, like, I just did.
Yeah, Sir Talavar is being held in some cages to the east of the court,
Okay.
along with
let's just make sure
another
we remember where
Bullywug
he
knight
is.
that apparently is allied to him.
Cool. It's time for Din Din.
So you all
Oh,
start
we're not
heading
gonna
back.
we're not gonna
We
get
have a
any.
bit
We're
of a
not
party
getting any.
split. So we're gonna start with Curly,
Ooh.
because you make your way down and you see a number of the huts that you all had passed on the way in here, just past the causeway that you all split up at. They both have kind of like a steep like thatch roof, like going up. So they seem a little bit like maybe a little bit better constructed than what you've been staying in. And they don't really, nothing particularly stands out about those two. You just continue on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a goal.
Passing between them, there is another kind of like rickety causeway that leads you to another island. And let me double check where I'm at. Okay, yeah. You continue along, you pass another hut, and you also see that the causeway kind of turns into almost like, you know, when you get onto like a hiking trail and there's like occasional like little wooden like steps that are like staked in, but it's like otherwise like a dirt road. Kind of turns into that.
Okay.
Off in the distance, things disappear into the fog. You can't really tell what's going on. But to your right, there is a very large like patch of toadstools, and as you look, you kind of hear this like almost sort of like haunting, melancholy tune. It sounds like it's coming from like a flute, and it's somewhere in the middle of that patch. And it kind of just makes you feel a little sad. It's like it's just like a lament almost, like that is being played on this flute. To your left, there is a large tree that appears to be almost completely dead. There's like no leaves that you can see on it, and there is a clothesline attached to one of the branches that goes out into the distance and disappears into a fog bank. What would you like to do?
Oh, you're muted.
Uh-oh.
Curly, you're muted.
Curly, you're muted.
Again.
I'm
For
so
the
sorry,
third time.
guys. This is
If you
going to
like
be a
that.
forever Kari thing. Okay, so Curly is single-mindedly focused on getting to the house where she thinks Ehloanna is. So, despite the silly shenanigans happening, I think she's just going to keep going.
Just keep moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she's going to try.
So you did see that there was like a clothing line on the tree. It's just and you don't know where it goes, but you have been told that it supposedly goes to this cabin.
Okay.
So I don't know if you wanted to check that out or if you wanted to like just keep going along the trail. 3 directions you could go.
Okay, 3 directions. Yeah, I guess following the clothesline is probably going to be the best for the moment. It's like,
Okay.
yeah. She's not going to touch it, though. She's just going to look up because she knows she's invisible.
Yeah, you approach the tree and you see that it has several holes dotting the trunk. It's very, very old and gnarled, and it's not actually, now that you can get a little closer, you can see it's not completely dead, but it has lost all of its bark. And a few withered leaves are clinging to the ends of these like knotted branches that are just like, it almost kind of reminds you of like a very old like gnarled like claw of a hand. And on one end, this clothesline is tied to a high branch on kind of like the northwestern side of the tree. There are a number of like garments hanging from the clothesline. They all look, one of them looks like it's like growing mold on it, so like they're not clean. But the other end of the clothesline just disappears into the fog over the lake.
Okay. Does the tree look like a hideout objectively?
I mean, there are a lot of like holes
kinda weird.
in it, and it like, you know, something at some point made those holes, and you know several animals that will like make holes in trees to kind of like live in them. It looks like it's been here for a long time, but you don't really see any movement as you're like scoping it out. If you want to get a little closer and check it out, you can make an investigation check.
Let's do that. Let's
Okay.
do that real quick.
I'm not going to switch the scene, but go ahead and roll them and let me know what
Because-
you get.
No worries. It's -1. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, investigation -1. But the tension.
Oh no, this is the worst roll I've ever had in my life.
Oh no, did it actually go through for you? I can't see it yet.
It's 2.
Oh, yeah. You get right up, and you can't tell. Like it's a dead tree. It's like you're already bored as you get there, starting to look it over. You're like, whatever, I got shit to do.
Immense ADHD.
Yeah, no, full like you just go full ADD and are like, what was I doing, squirrel? But no, you are focused on your task. It's not like you've lost sight of that. So you just want to climb the tree and start moving onto the clothesline?
Yeah.
Okay. As you start moving, you hear you start moving up the tree, and you hear a couple of voices coming from. We're not entirely sure. One of them goes, "What? What's that? What?" Another one is like, "Ah, who's moving? Who's here?" A third voice goes, "What is happening? What is? I'm trying to sleep." And the fourth voice rises up and goes, "Someone is creeping about." And then the voices just keep like bickering at each other until they start shouting and demanding whoever it is show themselves.
Oh no. Well, shit. And there's no visual. It's just voices.
Yeah, looking around, you can't actually see anybody, but you do manage to pinpoint there are a couple of holes that the voices are coming out of.
Oh no. So it's like coming from beneath her after she climbs the tree?
Yeah, as you're
Okay.
climbing it. Like,
Oh, friggity frack. What is the timer on this invisibility, by the way?
I don't know if anyone told you, but I think I think Hauld might have told you it lasts like an hour, right? You've been
Yeah, I
parted
think
from
so.
him for like
No,
5
let me
minutes.
make sure just in case.
Yeah, it is an hour, by the way.
I think
Okay, cool.
Curly's going to ignore the voices below and just try to make it to the clothesline.
Okay, you're just
Again,
gonna try to book
single-minded
it.
focus.
You're gonna try to like be sneaky about it?
Yeah, still attempting to be sneaky.
Give me that stealth. Gimme
I'ma give you the
that stealth.
roll. And
Would it be
finally,
with
some
advantage?
rogue shit. What?
Yeah. Let's see what you get. It's coming. Sweet.
It even makes the dice noise. Like it really
Yeah.
wants to be accurate here. 18.
18's pretty good. So while this bickering and noise continues from you know not where, you manage to scrabble up the tree without being detected, or at least your exact presence being detected, and get onto the clothesline with hardly, like, you barely make it like move or anything. It's very like tight, and you're standing on top of it right now, actually balanced.
Okay, tightrope walking.
Yeah. And do you wanna just walk as far as you can into the fog?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, this is going to be a acrobatics check,
I knew it. I
And
freaking knew it.
also a stealth check.
Okay. I can see why. I understand the level of difficulty here.
Mhm.
Though if you pull it off, it's gonna be pretty epic.
It's gonna be fucking cool.
22. Yeah, that's enough. It's a high DC, but you cleared
Is that
it.
enough of an acrobatics check?
Yeah, you just like. You're a circus kid. You know what the heck you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I've been
got
here
this.
before. I was
got
born on
this.
these skies.
This is what I get for allowing characters to have carny backgrounds. It's okay.
Just siblings that throw each other. Well, I guess.
The chubby bunny maneuver is pretty dope, I have to admit. Okay,
That's
so
pretty
good
funny.
news. Good news, you are able to stay
fuck.
balanced incredibly well. The bad news is the clothesline starts to wobble quite a lot as you get to the center, and a number of clothes
Okay.
fall off and splash into the water. And from the other end, you hear the voices pick up and go, "Ah! It's on the clothesline! Quick! Somebody, get rid of it! Cut it down! And you hear a like tiny sound of like sawing. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna do a jump towards the nearest, like where I came from, the nearest entrance. Gonna use that rabbit hop. So I'm gonna just try.
You're
to
about halfway.
quickly-
You're about halfway. Do you want to turn around or you want to keep going?
No, I don't want to turn around. If I'm about halfway, I want to keep going.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't.
As fast as
specify.
possible. Acrobatics again.
Yeah, you book it. Another acrobatics check, please.
Okay. I guess I could save the rabbit hop for when he actually snaps the cord and I have to jump.
Oh, this is the wrong type of music
Oh
for this.
fuck!
This is
Oh
epic
my god!
right now.
This is so bad. This is the worst roll I've ever had in my life. My magic dice
Do
are
you
now
have
done.
inspiration for any reason?
Oh,
Four.
No, inspo wouldn't.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I mean, yeah, if you, I don't believe you have inspiration. I'm
Mm-mm.
sorry.
we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Chat, any inspiration?
Don't do it,
chat?
No, that's the wrong music. Sorry, I should really have
Cough,
had something
cough,
for that,
chat.
but that's okay.
Do you have the?
Oh, wait, no.
From the Nutcracker.
Well, someone did just give
The
Khroen
definition of
inspiration, and I
grace.
was taking my time.
Oh.
Two
Yeah.
people did. You're allowed to redeem one of them right now.
Yeah, that was very nice of you guys.
Chat delivers. Thank you, chat. You're the best.
Chat. I'm obsessed with Chat. Chat's my favorite character in this campaign. Except the Boggles. I don't appreciate the Boggles.
Chat has
We've had
no
enough
control over the
boggle for an
though,
entire
unfortunately.
campaign.
There are a lot of boggles. We'll have to see. Let's see about that. Oh wow, another 19. Okay, for 22. Yeah, you
Thank you so much,
stumbled for a
Pokepanda.
minute, but you managed to keep going. And when you feel the tension start to slacken, and you hear the on the end, and the rope starts to fall, you are well within sight of a rickety-looking cottage. Because you've been kind of like focused on like moving as quickly as you can. You haven't really looked up until this moment, and it's 2 feet away, and you're able to just like grab onto one of the railings as the clothesline falls with a splash into the water below. Looking up, the cottage is this 3-story wooden edifice on stilts, and you're holding on to like kind of a what looks to be like the base floor sort of patio. And it's about, judging from where you're at, it's significant distance rising above the lake. It's a little hard to tell exactly how high, but it looks very much like the kind of place, everything you know about Veomiano, the kind of place this person would live. The very, very high ceiling, or very, very high roof is, like, thatched with, like, this really, like, ugly shingling that sort of, like, pieces of it have fallen off in places, and it's not well kept. The wood is kind of rotting on the side. The lamps, the little candles that are sort of, like, hanging about are, like old wax has dripped down, like, onto the ground and not been cleaned up at all. It kind of looks a little sloppy, but you could pretty much tell that was going to be the case from walking across all of like the wet and kind of gross clothes on the line. There are 3 other clothing lines kind of extending out from other points that you cannot see in the swamp, but the one that you just came from is just leaning and down into the water at this point.
Okay, just gonna scooch my way up the pole or whatever I grabbed onto the, I assume, the deck.
Yeah, it's sort of like
this
it's like
house.
it's a railing, and you kind of like you were just grabbed onto the railing, and it didn't give. So you're able to get yourself onto it. It's strong enough to hold. But we're gonna cut back to the rest of the party.
Huh!
I'll just leave that on there. The rest of you are heading back towards your quarters, awaiting some sort of announcement, some kind.
The dinner that's never going to happen.
And as you... So, Curly is not with you. Is Hauld still disguised as the chef?
I did not say I wasn't, so...
you can drop it at any time, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll drop it.
Okay, so you turn back into Hauld, and the 4 of you make your way to the west after parting from Curly. And as you pass the trail, or as you pass the causeway that you had split from Curly with and head back towards where your quarters are, you glance up and can see in the top of the watchtower, the Bullywood Guard salutes you all and notes your passage as you walk beneath. Anyone who'd like to can do an insight check.
I would like to do an insight check.
I think...
I would also like to do an insight check.
I do love it.
Not natural 20.
Dirty
Don't
20
know I
for
haven't zero.
Ninkasi. 17 for Leo. Man, such an insightful crew.
I'm rolling hot
Oh,
tonight.
don't worry. That's about to
Good.
change. Don't worry.
Yeah, this is gonna be all ones
It's a
from
15
here.
for Hauld and a third. I mean, if the
Not
worst
bad.
is a 13. So here, I'll describe to you all what happens. Kaza, you look up, see him, and are like, oh yeah, the guard tower. That's cool. He knows we came the other way. And Hauld, you clock that as well. Leo and Ninkasi, you both realize, yeah, he saw you coming, the 4 of you.
Oh shit.
He now sees you returning, and he's noted the time difference. You don't know. He didn't give you a look that indicated that, like, and he hasn't made any noise or anything. So as far as you, it seems pretty reasonable that he doesn't know what just happened over at the cauldron or where you were, but he does know that you were in that space at that time.
I look at him right in the eyes, and I go, "Hey,"
Hello.
super casually. Hello. And we keep walking, I guess.
Just keep going.
What's
Yeah,
up?
he lets y'all go. You come to the bank of the water where there is no crossing, but you were able to ford it last time without too much trouble. You did have to swim.
I am going to actually suggest to the remainder of the group, perhaps we double back and ask for directions and pretend that we're lost.
That's a great
This
idea.
is good idea.
Great
This
idea.
is good idea.
I'm
Great
not allowed
idea.
to
Oh,
speak
sure.
without being spoken to, so
Me
I'll let
neither.
one
As
of you-
Sherdbirds, I cannot speak.
yes, I will let my lords do the work here.
Yes. My
Liam,
lord. Herbert.
where are we?
I don't know. I thought we were going to find the bathrooms. We were at the bathrooms, and then we were not at the bathrooms. And how do we get back? I don't know.
I walked that way, and then I walked this way, and now I'm here, and I
Oh.
don't know how to get
It's
back.
so confusing. I just don't understand. Didn't you?
Or can you help us in the watchtower?
What do you need?
We're lost. We must get ready for this dinner, right, Liam?
We must, yes. I think it's going to be soon, and we cannot be unprepared and unsightly for it. Oh,
Your
I shudder to think.
quarters are back where you're headed.
It is this way. We're going the right way. Oh,
You are.
Herbert,
You
I
need to
knew this was
ford
the
the
right
water.
way.
Oh, sorry, I've got vertigo.
Ninkasi does
Whoa.
under her breath mention that we've been wandering around for a while or something.
We've been wandering what?
We've been wandering around for a while.
We've been wandering around for a while.
I see. I thought you were
Trying.
heading towards the kitchens.
Were we?
Well, I think we were, and then we got lost on the way, and
Oh,
Have you ever been lost?
I have never seen kitchen in my life.
Have you ever had a broken heart?
I'm not inclined to speak about it right now, but perhaps another time.
Yes, sir. We shall be going
Question.
to our quarters,
Right.
which is this
Just-
way, correct?
that way. Just making sure, triple
This way?
checking. That way.
That's the way. Yes.
I see. Hmm.
It's like
And
very,
we keep
very,
walking
like very uncertain in his voice. Like what the fuck? Yeah, I actually did misspeak. I think you guys took a skip across.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
that
yeah,
would
yeah.
be that would be tied up at the.
Wait, are we
water.
from
okay.
south or north downfall? Where are we from?
You said north. You said north. Hither.
North,
Oh yeah,
north.
that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
north hither. It's the north hither to custom to announce when you're lost.
Indeed. Ninkasi, great idea. I think we fooled them. Certainly fooled them. They were none the wiser.
Ninkasi, make a insight check, please.
Uh-oh. 15?
That guard seemed very confused. If he isn't fooled, he certainly is preoccupied.
All right,
Good shit,
let's go.
good shit, good shit.
Good
Okay.
soup.
You
Good soup.
pour the river back on the skiff. Get back to your quarters. Doesn't appear to be anything's been touched since then. You do still have that note that you were given previously. As you walk in the front of the door,
Like the old note, not
the one that was
we
slipped
want.
under your door. You also have the unicorn horn in your possession. I don't know who has it.
Oh, I think we.
Kaza?
Yeah.
I still got it.
Okay, so when we're at dinner, right? I'm assuming Curly's
Mm-hmm.
doing her thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? When we're at dinner, what are we gonna say?
We don't say anything, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
We say nothing.
Okay.
Liam, I
Ooh.
mean, what would you like to do?
We just go along with it. We attend their dinner, go along with whatever formalities, and then we'll get to our meeting with Bavlorna, and then we'll reassess there.
You know, as someone from a noble background, I think I shall fit right in. Leo, I don't know if
You
that's the
shall.
case with you, as I don't believe it is, but we will figure it out on the way.
I can fit into anywhere that I want. Well,
That is what she
Anyway.
said, no?
That is what.
You know,
He's
Kaza,
funny joke.
you've been learning. You.
I learned from Best. He points to Hauld. and he points
That's
to,
bourgeois humor,
Leo.
man. That is the bourgeois humor. All right, well, we gotta noble it up.
Yes, we do. Yes, we shall.
Noble
Okay.
gases. Let's go.
I do noble salute like that. Do we?
Oh, kitty.
Oh, you're just
damn.
looking.
Oh,
at the,
do we need
looking
to?
past
Do
the
we need
sunrise.
to? Do we need to bow at me and
Just follow
Ninkasi,
whatever
or
the
okay.
guards are doing. You'll hang
Yeah.
out with them. I'm sure there's actually going to be a point where we separate, and you're going to have to do your thing.
Just
I
exist.
will let Ninkasi do talking if it comes to it.
Mhm. Remember what's your name?
Sherbert.
Close. And what is your name?
Nina.
Kasi, correct. Nina Kasi.
Quinta.
Ninkasi,
Santa
yeah.
Maria.
All right, Nina Kasi.
There is a knock on your door at that time.
Getting dressed. My pants are off. Hold on.
I'm
Okay.
pooping.
I mean,
They're
that sounds
indecent.
like a party to
Isn't this
me,
like
but
no
I
chamber
thought
pot?
I thought we needed to talk.
Who is it?
Did you open the door?
Yeah.
It's the satyr that had been leading the group that had followed you all
Oh.
in before you cleared off.
Shit,
So,
I forgot
hey,
about the satyrs.
So what's happened? What's the plan? Did you find our boss, or did you?
Oh my god.
What are you still gonna Any mimes like stabbing Bavlorna in the eye? Still gonna do that?
Yep.
We've been looking the whole time. We've been looking
I
the
really
whole time.
I don't know why it is, but I do not believe you. But I'm curious what you found out. Look, I'm not supposed to. Can I come in, by the way? Because if they see me, I don't think it's gonna.
Come
be
on,
good.
come on, come on.
Yeah, okay. Door shuts. Yeah. So what's happening?
You tell me.
Well, yeah. Have you found? What was his name?
No, we haven't found Vansel. That's why I'm here. Look, I
Vansel.
got half a dozen satyrs waiting in the brushes, and we are ready to go if you need anything. But we
Okay.
have not been able to get close enough. Do they have? They don't have him here in one of them cages of theirs, or?
We haven't checked.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, we have one of ours off on a bit of a scouting mission. Maybe she'll see something and report back, but that'll probably have to be after dinner. And then we're going to have
a
a
fancy dinner with these frogs.
Well, we have to go along with it, right? We can't just demand everything that we want. We tried that; it didn't really work out well.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, you want to be polite, but you have to get all hoity-toity. Ugh.
I mean, I know. I just
How
tell me about
dare
it.
you disparage the hoity-toity?
Yeah, I'm not a
How
fan.
dare
if there's drinks, that's great. But
If
I
you
do
want to get
not
ready
like
for
that.
something, you should get ready for real life hoity-toity. Ugh.
Is he
I'm obviously like really upset about losing
turn-
the memory with.
turns to
You're
turns to
carrying, I know,
Ninkasi,
you're carrying it right now.
and he goes, "Has he always had that big a stick up his butt?"
Only in
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's a wild. You know what? And
Yeah.
he turns back and goes, "It is actually a wild
Yeah.
time." You know, I had like 3 years of Bard college, but I just could not hack it. It's tough.
What about? Could you whack it?
Yeah, I mean all the time, but I don't.
How
see that's
many
relevant.
whack? What is your
Anyway,
whack per minute?
That is a little bit personal, but maybe if we have
What
a
if
couple
you're
more
tip to
drinks
tip?
tonight, I'll be able to tell you. Wait. So what am I doing? I'm sorry. We got
Okay.
Vansel, and
Okay.
you telling me you haven't found
Yes,
him yet?
yes.
All right.
No,
Okay,
we
I am
haven't
gonna be
found him
honest.
This
yet.
entire time.
We've
I'm
been
sure-
looking. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, for the first time ever. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. We've been looking the whole time. All right, we just haven't
Make a deception check.
found it.
What? I mean, we haven't been looking the entire time, but Curly's,
It's like the
We've
tagline of the
we've
show.
been making
11?
efforts.
He
to look.
looks at you and he just goes, "All right, well, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna tell everybody that we will stand by if
Good.
we're needed for anything. If you find our boss, please just give us a barn owl hoot, and we'll know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Also, they're legitimately, and I don't say this with anything other than seriousness, there might be a coup happening in about 45 minutes. so
Oh,
take a look.
they're doing like a coup d'état. They want to overthrow
Yeah.
the monarchy.
Yeah, a coup d'etat.
Did you all plan that?
Maybe. I feel like we were a part of it somehow. We had to.
Yeah,
I've been
we're like
busy.
important enough,
Do you want?
right?
Hey,
It's
yeah,
all
wait.
us,
Do you want
yeah.
us to get involved? Do you want us to start mixing it up, throwing some chairs and things?
Well, how funny would it be if you attacked both of them? Like, what would they do?
Well, we wouldn't know who is what, right? I mean, like unless
Just
they're
attack all
wearing
the
like.
frogs.
You want-
Because
wait, you-
they'll
oh,
attack
well.
each other.
Well, I don't want to fight all the bullywugs if I can avoid it, but if we find them distracted, and perhaps we can, knock a bunch of them out or something.
Yeah.
Do you want us to
love it.
cause a distraction? Because we can do that.
I like it when it's someone else's idea. Can someone else say that?
Well, I'm stun locked by that one, but
Technical
maybe
term,
we'll
somewhat.
need you to.
Right.
We
Okay.
might need you to if things kind of go wrong.
I got some for this. Yeah, and out of it's weird because satyrs don't wear clothes usually, so you don't know where he pulled this from. He takes a stone with a little like face profile carved in. He goes, now this is what we call a sending stone. If you shout into it, you can get or you can talk. You don't have to shout. I just like to because it's more fun. You can give us the signal to do what you need us to do. But don't waste it because it's only once per day. And he hands it to I think he's gonna hand it to Leo. So please add a sending stone to your inventory.
Hey, Kaza,
Sure.
you got
Yes?
one ready to rip for us?
Ready to rip.
Yeah, some bodily gases. We can use that for the sending stone. How funny would that be?
It doesn't
I
work
mean,
on
just
spells,
fart.
but no, that would be
Yeah.
great. That would be great. It's only
If you
it's
fart
only,
to the sending
it's only
stone,
words.
can you do it?
it's only words.
I
I'm
will-
afraid.
Oh. Can you
Oh.
make your butt say words? I feel like
What
Kaza
did-
can make his fart sound like.
What if I make a fart noise into sending stone?
Okay.
I imagine it would probably like sound like on the other end. Yeah.
Is this plan?
Yep, this is the
Is that
plan.
is that the signal? What do you
Yep.
want us to do if you fart onto the stone?
I do not know.
Come help us.
Make a
Attack who we're attacking.
Well, we should have a different fart for one for distraction, two for come help us
Okay, so
immediately.
here's the thing. I do armpit fart for one signal, and then lip fart
Alright.
for
Can-
the second signal.
I feel like it might be difficult to just tell the difference between
No,
them.
you can tell.
No,
I mean, it is.
I mean,
could
you
tell
might
the
think
difference.
so,
You
but there
know-
is a subtle art to making noises with your body.
I mean, yeah, but like sometimes when it's going over another channel, so to speak, the sound is
Oh.
slightly distorted.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
I just
like
wanted
it
to
sort of
let you
converts
know-
into like a sort of stream of particulars that maybe doesn't carry the same level of information density.
Ninkasi,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
murderers do not get a vote here.
Wow, it just
Okay,
all
go on.
right.
All right, I suppose we're just
You have to
gonna
pay your
go
dues.
right past that one. But anyways, yeah. So what is the signal? I mean, do you want to just tell me like when it happens? Like just like go do this.
Sure.
Should
Okay.
yeah. that'll-
And
yeah.
we'll let you know if anything changes on our end, but we'll be holding our sending for when that would occur. But okay, yeah, I'll go tell everyone. We'll get ready. We'll sharpen the axes.
Good work. All right. Well, if we see Vansel, we'll let you know.
Great idea,
Please,
Leo.
use that. Use the stone if you do that.
Yep.
All right. Well, I suppose I'm out. And he hobbles off. Door shuts behind. And he kind of disappears into the fog. And that I think is a good moment for us to take a 10-minute break. We'll be right back as this revolution is potentially underway. See ya in 10, everybody.